Hello, I'm Nathan Parchman. I'm with Farmers and Merchants Bank and Nitro Family Foods here in O'Fallon. I'm here today with the O'Fallon Shiloh Chamber of Commerce. We're getting back to business. Today we'll be talking with Josh Marty from Creative Landscapes. So Josh, thanks for being here today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yep. Okay, let's get back to business and get to know a little bit about you, Josh. So first off, what have you learned during these last few months while doing business with Creative Landscapes in the pandemic?
Yeah, I'd say probably the biggest thing that I've learned is very similar to what Sal Sancada said. I'm a creature of being social, visiting with people, shaking hands. I really miss the personal connection you have with people when you shake
Right.
hands. I'd say, on a personal level, like the kids' sports and activities, you kind of take that for granted right now, how much that was an outlet outside of work.
Yep.
So I do miss that quite a bit. And then going to the grocery store, just being able to do normal things outside of work, just to take me away from it. I do miss that a lot, and I learned how much I take that for granted.
Yep. I think that's with all of us. So I'm on the same page as you there. Are you going to run your business any differently after this has happened, and do you foresee any of that changing in the future?
We've been pretty lucky, just because the virus hasn't affected us as much as other businesses locally here. Up until when this first came out, when the order was released, it was on a Friday. And at that point, we didn't know what our landscape and our garden center business, what that meant for us in particular, because there was no language on it. So at first, the first thoughts you're going through your mind is, what are we going to do? But the good thing is that, to this point, we've been able to operate pretty normally. We have gone down to reduced size crews. That'd probably be our biggest change. Things that I would probably do a little differently if I could do it over again was not freak out as much, I guess. That was something that when we heard that businesses were going to shut down, my first thought is, how am I going to tell this to my employees? At the time I had between 20 and 25, and I was going to have to explain to them, hey, you don't have a job anymore. So being able to work is quite a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that, have you had to reinvent your business really? I know it kind of goes with the same question there, but have you had to reinvent anything that you do? I know you've changed staffing, but is there anything else that you've really had to do to recreate the wheel?
Sure. Not so much in our landscape. Now, in our retail side, we've gone to a curbside pickup, which we didn't have before. People could order online on our Facebook page. That is an aspect that I think that we will continue even throughout this shutdown and past COVID. That's been a blessing to us, being able to offer that, which is something I never thought of before, pre-COVID. Just the curbside pickup, it's been great for us. It's reduced the traffic, which was the point, and our revenue is up. So being able to add that service has been huge for us.
That's great. That's awesome. A lot of people have had to do that. What is one tip you would give to another business or business owner based on the experiences you've had so far?
I would say that working with other small businesses through this has been beneficial to us. For instance, like Nitro Salsa and Pickles, we added that to our inventory, and we're helping you as a small business while also adding something to our inventory list that we've never had before. I've also been in contact with a few of my other buddies who have, like coffee and other things that could complement our garden center. Never given up. That's been my whole thing. This whole routine through COVID has been making sure that we do try to keep it as close to business as usual, even though it's not. So it's just keeping trucking along and doing what you can. because we will get through it, and if we all work together as small businesses, we can come out on the other side maybe in better shape than we were before we went in.
Yeah.
One of my favorite quotes, and I'm going to look down for this, is Charles Darwin. Always said, "It's not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent that survives. It's the one that is most adaptable to change." And that's been one of my favorite quotes even before this, and it really is very important right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned the partnership here. Well, I appreciate that with you partnering with our business, but the amount of small businesses that are partnering together is just incredible. You see the O'Fallon Farmers Market and everything that comes together, and those small businesses are really teaming up. They're finding ways to adapt, and I think you're doing that as well from what I've seen. So great job there.
Yeah, I think that's so really important for us all to stick together, because we're all in the same boat. I might be lucky enough to still be operating at close to normal efficiency, but there's some people that can't operate at all. And we got to figure out ways to help them as well.
Absolutely. Is there anything that you'd share that's happening new with your business, or anything that we might not know about?
I think a lot of people, they don't know where I came from to be in this position that I'm in. A lot of people didn't know that I worked for the previous owner of this company. This is actually my 20th year in landscaping. We're going into our 8th year of ownership of this thing. But just the learning the aspects and learning the business from the previous owner, I think that has helped me through this pandemic in some way. The previous owner, Scott Hesse, I'm sure a lot of you guys know him. He was very good at what he did. He knew how to adapt to a changing economy, and I learned so much from him. And I think that first 12 years that I was with him was so important for me to handle that. And so I've come a long ways, and a lot of people didn't know that I'm already 20 years into this for being as young as I am.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, you got some experience under your belt there for sure. That's awesome. So now it's time for a speed round. So
Okay.
Quick answers here. Don't think too hard. And
Sure.
here we go. We're going to
Sounds
learn a
good.
little bit more about Josh.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Number one, favorite movie.
Oh, man. Okay, don't judge me. Don't judge me on this one, but I'm a big Jim Carrey fan, so Dumb and Dumber. Not the second one, but the first one.
All right. Favorite type of music.
Late 90s, early 2000s alternative rock. That's my favorite.
Same page. That's awesome. We love that together. Grunge. Favorite season of the year.
Believe it or not, my favorite season is fall. I like the, after getting out of the hot summer, going into the cooler time, fall is my favorite.
What is your all-time favorite plant? You're into plants. What's your favorite?
Oh, man, you put me on the spot. I'm a plant guy. I like them all, man. But if I was to choose one, it kind of goes with my last answer. It's probably crepe myrtle. Crepe myrtle is a late bloomer, a late summer bloom. So when you see those blooms, it's almost fall time.
Football season's on the way.
I can't wait. I need sports. One thing that I guess if I learn, back to the first question, if I learned anything, I love sports probably too much.
Yeah, heard that. How many pets do you have?
Pets, I've got one pet. I've got a Jack Russell, but I also have 7 chickens, I guess, if you want to count those as pets. They're my little girls. I take relatively good care of them. It's an outlet, so I guess I got 8 pets.
Nice. If you're to take a vacation, would you prefer a beach vacation, a skiing trip, or a staycation?
Oh, man, definitely a beach. I love the beach. Florida Keys, that's where I'm retiring.
And lastly, what's your favorite local restaurant in the area?
Oh, man, that's a tough one, too. So many great choices around here. Can I pick 2?
You can pick 2 if you want.
Okay, all right, I'll do 2. Favorite pizza place is Flamenco's, the place. Love their pizza. And then Shooters. That's my place to go when when my buddies come to town from high school. We go to Shooters.
Awesome. Well, Josh, I want to say thanks for taking the time with me today.
Not a problem, man. I really appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, now it's time for us all to get back to business. Thanks.